Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back as we head into game number 4 of the ALGS online tournament. Number 3 here in the winter circuit. On board currently with KSZ, finding themselves in a skirmish with CLG. We got to jump right into the action here. It's going to be a 1v1 against Gibraltar, and typically Gibraltar will win that 1v1, but the support from Stay Naughty is going to come through. I believe it was Stay Naughty, his teammate, who's going to help. And Zach Mazer, Stay Naughty, win the 2v1 against the Gibraltar, and just like that, CLG, well, we wondered why they're not having success. Why are they currently at 0 points? It's because of this team right here. They are playing absolutely aggressive, dropping every single game is KSZ, Zach Mazer and co. on CLG in Fragment West, and in the end, they're coming out on top. I love that we're going to have a chance to jump on board with TSM here and Girl, as we're currently watching as TSM making their rotation. This is a pretty favorable zone for them, right? They dropped Fragment East. It looks like they've been uncontested. So you wonder what's not working well for TSM. Well, hopefully we'll stay on them. We'll find out. Because I think they've been dropping Fragment East uncontested. I don't see any other teams there. KSZ is dropping Fragment West alongside CLG, so they should be having it for free. Now TSM, currently at the top of Epicenter right there, is going to be very well positioned in the next zone, and they're going to find themselves a favorable spot. And they're actually going to go, notice how they're rotating all the way north to the dead side of the circle. When I say dead side, what do I mean? Well, it's the side of the circle that is essentially close to the edge of the map and guarantees that less teams are going to be rotating from there. Fast side or hot side is going to be the south side of the circle because everyone's rotating from launch site, from tree, from thermal station, lava city, sorting factory, and the like. So you want to avoid that mess. You want to avoid the clustering that happens on the south side of the circle and instead take a north side location. That's exactly what TSM is going to do. Not only that, but a ring typically, or at least traditionally, tends to pull the exact same way in which it already pulled. So if a ring pulled north off the rip, it will continue to pull north, as you see right here. That's 2 north rings back to back, and that's why you want to continue to play north side and try to predict that ring. So TSM is going to do exactly that, but it looks like they might find themselves in a bit of a fight or a skirmish or an engagement. It's going to be a team right in front of them. Not sure which team that is, but TSM is going to give them some love taps here, level up that Evo shield a little bit, let them know that they're going to be claiming this spot. And I like this positioning from TSM, playing Bloodhound, Gibraltar, and Wraith. They're going to be in a good spot right here to be able to claim a nice piece of real estate all the way on the north side of the map, and expect TSM to just chill from here on out. They're not going to do too much here as all 3 of them are rotating, and they're so far away from any other damage. We'll jump back on board with KSC. Actually jump in and listen to Girl's perspective and commentary. Let's go ahead and listen in, crank up the volume of Girl.
Go out by BSH. Indeed, indeed. They're scared. That was a sign of weakness. If I've ever seen a sign of weakness, they're scared. They have double white though. They have every right to be scared, obviously. South State. They're looking decent on armors. Complexity. Playing Edge as per usual.
All right, I'm going to jump back in this time. Joined alongside Girl, the co-cast here. Hey, Girl, how's it going, my friend?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Appreciate you letting me sneak on in here. You cool if I co-cast this game with you?
Of course.
Appreciate you. And now your stream can hear me, right? We got that all fixed?
Yes, we did get that all fixed.
Great to hear. All right, well, shout out to Girl's stream. Appreciate y'all and your patience in the first half of the tournament as we're now jumping on board with Team Liquid. We had to bring the duo back. The Girl Fallout duo is too strong to not have live. It's good to be back with you, Girl.
It is great to be back with you. This game has been a little bit slow. There's still 19 squads remaining, but a lot of teams have been rotating towards the refinery side. Everything else looking pretty empty.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I saw you were on board with TSM. I'm glad you actually jumped on board with them because I was curious. What was happening with TSM? Why are they so low in the standings? It looks like they're getting Fragment East uncontested, so I'm not sure why they're struggling so much. Have you had a chance to watch a lot of them?
I've been watching a little bit, and they did have a decent spot last game in Skyhook, but I actually stopped tuning into them, tuned into another team, and they pretty much all died. So I don't know what happened in the team fight.
I think they got pushed by, it's anyone that fights against Solifide is going to struggle a little bit. I think they got pushed by Solifide, and that's a tough 3v3 against an ultra-aggressive Solifide squad. I was talking to Gentrifying earlier on the main broadcast, Girl, and I asked him, are there any teams that you fear? Are there any teams that if you see them in the kill feed, you're not going to push them? He said, not a single one. They don't care who it is. TSM, CLG, Complexity. They're confident in that 3v3, and it shows in their gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. And TSM did only have a corner of the top of the building to play on. So I would assume if they got pushed by a caustic, that is the reason why they died.
That's a good
Or
point.
if they got naded, either or. They didn't have that much place to play. Perhaps maybe they didn't take the best spot last game.
Yeah,
Perhaps they could have taken a better spot. But that's what happened.
We'll see if they can bounce back here. I mentioned it in my broadcast here, girl. I like the way TSM's playing this. Early rotate, and they're going north on the dead side of the zone. I like the fact he also brought up the map. Good timing. Notice how teams are starting to cluster towards that dead side, right? You want to rotate there. One, because the ring's going to collapse there most likely. And then two, because dead side is the safe side of the zone, you get to avoid third parties and the craziness from south rotation. So TSM's going to rotate, but they're going to find themselves in some trouble against Complexity, who does typically drop epicenter. So that's the one team I knew if they were rotating north side, they're going to have to be careful for. It's going to be Complexity that is going to grief Imperial Hal. Goodbye and good night for Hal. No, as I say that, but the nick of time, it's going to be Reps that's going to come through and get the clutch dome shield and revive. Hal is back in this one.
Hal is back indeed. Unfortunate, but these charge rifles, I've been watching them all night, and they're hitting some nasty pumps like 80, 100, 70. It's so easy to get some knocks with these big hitters.
Yeah, and they should be able to reset here. Girl, if you don't mind, jump on board a Soul Fide for a second, if that's okay. I'd love to see.
That is definitely okay.
You're the best. Appreciate you. They got in a fight against NRG, and it looks like they took out one or two. NRG was able to neutralize. Let's see what's going on with Soul Fide.
Soul Fide. That's ex Soul Fide. Where's Soul Fide?
Where is Soul Fide? Somewhere, somehow. I'm looking for you here. Have to be on the left.
Oh, they're in a pickle.
They're in a pickle. They're in shambles town. They had to rotate. I feel so bad for them. Poor guys had to rotate 2 times all the way north to Skyhook, and they've still found so much success. But now gentrifying the last alive for his team. That's a tough rotation all the way from down from Thermal Station. This time they're going to have a max rotation north side, and it looks like it's not going to work out this time for him, girl.
No, and he does have to recover. If he has the meds, he may be able to recover. Let me take a deeper look here.
Now that we find them in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah, and it looks like Team Liquid is camping banners as well. So he will not be able to retrieve the banners. Nocturnal looking at the portal, keeping on edge. So yes, that is Liquid. That picked up a couple points.
Yeah, and that is such, I just want to reinstate, that's such a tough rotation for Soul Fide, right? All the way down from Thermal Station. They got to get through NRG, who drops Skyhook, who they fought last game and this game. They got to get through Team Liquid, who drops Trials and splits Skyhook. And then, of course, South State's been dropping Skyhook as well. There's a lot of activity on that northwest side of the map. And as a result, Soul Fide did find themselves taken out, and it looks like there will be no banner recovery. Meanwhile, Zach Mazer, who took out CLG off the initial, just got one, and we're on board with Complexity here. Very well positioned here on the north side of the map. Complexity and TSM both seem to be in a pretty decent spot here, girl.
They are indeed. So they'll definitely be able to make top 5, and we'll see what they can make out of it, where the zone ends up pulling. Does it pull towards more refinery or survey camp? It looks like a lot of people are betting on refinery.
Yep, they seem to be clustering over there towards refinery. Obviously, there's a lot more real estate, a lot more land that you can kind of post up in on the north side of the map. I'm not sure. Maybe we can find a team if we skip around that has recon insights. But I'm not sure if there's a beacon in the nearby area.
Let me go on to BSH. Nope.
No luck.
Maybe someone in refinery.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be pulling refinery.
There we go. There we go. There it is. It will be pulling towards refinery a little bit. Yeah. Probably a lot, actually.
That's right. And that explains, I mentioned it earlier, but that explains why TSM decided to so fast rotate to the north side of the map. Is you expect the ring to continue to pull in the same direction in which it originally pulled, which was straight north and a little bit east in this case, and that came to fruition. On board now with TSM, they're actually going to have, they don't have the intel, I don't believe, of the next ring. So they're going to have to make a rotation eventually as the ring's going to continue to pull towards refinery, but for now, they're content just posting up. You need to be careful to their right here. I don't know which squad this is. Might be South State, might be NRG. I know NRG took some casualties. I don't know who it is nearby.
NRG.
Are they taken out? They might be taken out completely. Yeah, they are. I think NRG is eliminated.
Rap's taking in a lot of damage here. Longbow's in action. He is going to pop the battery. Just trying to keep their position. They really need to keep their position. They have a lot of cover from these rocks and the trenches around them. They just got to keep an eye on that tunnel team. Let's take a look and see who the tunnel team is. And that's KSC, Zach Mazer's team. Got the gold and double purple. Very good kill leader, actually. Zach Mazer has been popping off this tournament. So has his team. They've been fighting off Rip. and they've been picking kills up along the way. They've got confidence today. They really show it.
Yeah, I've been very impressed. And it's funny, I joked about this earlier on my stream here, but when I tweeted out asking, hey, pro players, coaches, who wants to join me on broadcast, Zach was like, me, I'll sign up. I'm probably not going to qual. So let's be honest, I'd love to join. And meanwhile, they've actually been performing well, girl. They're currently top 7. They've been fragging out. They've been taking out the former champs, the reigning kings in CLG. You know, we all know how good Lou and Vax and you know, of course, Madness is on that squad. And they've been going toe-to-toe with them over in Fragment West.
And it looks like KSE is pulling towards TSM a little bit. They're going to try and get to this cart. They do have an angle into the trenches. Zach takes in a couple hundred, not couple hundred, 75 damage. He is going to go back. That, I don't think, would have been the best decision. I think it would have been better to try and go for that train cart. But you know what? Maybe they're going to opt to go to survey camp.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting far back left rotation. And if they continue forward, they might, on train cart, run up against TSM. And whichever team that was pressuring TSM from the west, coming from Skyhook. So a lot of smoke, a lot of activity in this area. KSC needs to play this wisely because TSM is certainly not a team they want to be going up against. Now, if you're TSM, if you're any of these teams, in my opinion, girl, you don't want to take this fight. You have to clear your backside because if a team's rotating behind you, it's dangerous. But with so many teams nearby, any fight that you take is likely going to be third party. So you're kind of between a rock and a hard place on this rotation.
Yeah, which is why I think he should have taken the opportunity that he had to get closer to the train car. And they're going to go for it anyways. They're going to push towards this train cart. He gets in. He pulls up the massive 112. Very nice shots by Zach. TSM Imperial Hal down. He's going to get thirsted. Eventually got him. He finally ended up getting him. And he took the situation. He knew that he was by himself. And that was a very good push by Zach and co.
Yeah, well played from them. And here we go. Zach finds himself in a 1v1. He's going to lose that first skirmish to Reps, but right after, Stay Naughty's going to come on the flank here. Looks like they'll be in a good position to clutch out this 2v2. Maybe a 2v1. Might have missed my numbers there. Noct brilliantly strafing and playing the knockdown shield. Great gameplay from Noct. Here comes the third party. This is exactly what I mentioned. It's going to be Saucer, or formerly of the Flying Saucers. It's going to rotate and fly his way right in. And that's why you don't want to take the fight. If you're TSM, you are pissed right now because you got pushed by a team that ended up getting third partied right after. And just like that, goodbye to KSZ. Goodbye to most of TSM. And in the end, it will be Shiny who is in the perfect position to kind of poke from a long range to come out on top in that fight, in addition to Saucer's team, who I believe is still alive. And I think TSM might have 1 or 2 alive as well.
TSM, I believe, might have 1 alive. I can take a look for you here. Oh, that's Team Liquid. No, TSM is indeed fully out. My hotkey's not working, so they're fully out. Liquid, though, coming on in with the Caustic Ultimate. This is big. This is in their whole dome. It's not connecting, though. I don't see any ticks of damage. Flanker, Nocturnal, Alb are all healthy. Okay, now they definitely have to bat. They did take a bit of damage. This is a nice little stalemate, 3v3. Liquid's getting shot from behind, so they're deciding to go back down. They don't want to take it. They think they can win the fight, but they're going to get third-partied regardless. So they're going to take it a step back.
That's right. Team Liquid making the rotation through trials, decided to avoid all of the madness that there was on tracks over towards Refinery, instead opting to play high side Epicenter, which TSM could have played, and instead they decided to take it even further north, and that was the wise, kind of on paper, best decision. It's unfortunate that KSE decided to push them and play with aggression, and they ended up getting third-partied. And now Team Liquid, who did play Epicenter instead, find themselves in a little bit of a high ground, slight god spot, but they will have to make a rotation, so it's not necessarily ideal, as this next ring is going to be closing here in about 50 to a minute and a half.
Nice, popping the barrel, trying to get that cover by the Caustic Gas. That's what Flanker's doing. They did get Caustic Ultimate, but the other team actually missed. They're going to be okay. Let's see if Nocturnal has his dome. He uses his dome. They're getting bombarded, and they will be okay for now, but they are still getting pinched, and they're wondering, okay, what do we do? Where do we go? Do we stay here? Do we have to push one of the teams to our right, to our left? Are we getting shot from the back anymore? I don't think so.
12 squads remain here, girl. I gotta think. Team Liquid need to be so careful because they got team right behind them. They are currently sandwiched by the north and the south, and it looks like it's going to be Katagami who's going to get at least one pick on Nocturnal. Shiny's going to take out Pow Pow, formerly of that CLG roster. Stink's going to take out Nocturnal, and unfortunate for Team Liquid here, they do find themselves in a pretty bad spot on Epicenter, as they did have teams coming from the hot side, and of course the teams that early rotated towards dead side on the north side of the map. And in the end, it's going to be Alberelli forced to rat out by his lonesome last member alive for Team Liquid. Let's see what he can do.
I want to see him pick up a Kraber and start knocking the whole squad. And oh my goodness, those scout shots, incredible. I want to see him open that. I just really want to see him open the care package and pick up a Kraber, but they won't let him heal. Let Alberelli heal. Unfortunately, he won't be able to heal, but he did find himself a nice rat spot. There are a bunch of Cryptos and Bloodhound. Don't peek. Don't peek. If those two see you, you might get pushed. Oh, no, he's going to peek. He's going to get the knock. He's going to try and get the knock, but he actually got Caustic ultimated, and that put him in a very bad position. He does have his Q in 1 second. He will be spam pushing it. He is okay for the time being, and he did find himself the Caustic that actually ulted him and ends up going down to Kodagami.
Yeah, Alberelli wanted war right there. You're like, don't peek, stay where you're at, and instead he does the exact opposite. We know Alberelli's not one to back down from a fight, but obviously in a tough position right there. Spotted out a couple of those teams that were far away, saw him, and not much he can do in that scenario as he gets taken out. Kodagami's going to get the revive of Mr. Greek God as Wally catchers. Kind of, in my opinion, the dark horse of the entire winter circuit. They've qualified for every single winter circuit online tournament and just quietly have been a consistent team, qualifying team. I've been enjoying watching their gameplay. As we got Mr. Greek God, my fellow Greek brethren, playing alongside Katagami and Stink. They're going to be back healed to full health. They took out Team Liquid, and they're in a pretty good spot here with 8 squads remaining, girl. Complexity, speaking of good spots, look at this rotation from them. This is a perfect endgame zone for them.
Complexity, I believe, has the best spot. Perhaps if a team has a horizon and gets the top of that dome, that dome area, perhaps that might be a better spot, but yeah, it's hard to say. They're definitely in one of the better spots. Yep. They've been placed here the whole game. They've picked themselves up 4 kill points. This could be a big game for them.
That's right. And I think it'll all determine where the final ring is going to pull to, right? If it pulls even further northwest where they're at, they find themselves in a really good position to close this one out. If they have to rotate, well, they do have some cover in front of them. They do have some rocks, some natural cover, and then, of course, they have the dome shield to put down some artificial cover. I think Complexity's in a good spot here, girl. If I'm a betting man, I'm taking Complexity to win this game, which is obviously important given that they're in 9th place right now with 18 points. They needed kind of a pop-off first-place finish to break into the top 3. I'm excited to see if Complexity can do it.
I think so as well. I'm on board with you. They don't have anyone towards their back. They might be able to get some free kill points here by sniping away at the enemy team in the open. And yep, there's 1 kill, at least 1 kill picked up. They are now at 6 kills, I believe, and they're pushing on through Monsoon. Didn't even heal his armor. He could get 1 pump. This could be dangerous. Monsoon loves to live on the edge of danger, and he ends up going down. But Shiny always with the quick revive. Not going to take any chances. He picks him right back up. No gold bag this game. Not just yet, so he will heal back up.
And you know what I love about that, girl? Their decision. So many teams would not have done what they did right there. They would have just stayed passive. They would have played not to lose as opposed to playing to win. But they recognize, hey, we still have some time in this zone. Let's actually try and take advantage and be proactive now while we can, so we can put ourselves in a position where we're not, essentially you give yourself 3 lives, right? Monsoon had a life right there. He lost it and was able to have a second life here. Might even have a 3rd life. Brilliant play for Complexity to be proactive. That is stuff that only Complexity does. And keep in mind, this is an important tournament in the grand scheme of things for Complexity, girl. Why? They haven't necessarily performed up to their standards. I feel like confidence is kind of at an all-time low for a very confident Complexity squad. So they came into this online tournament number 3 with a chip in their shoulder, time to prove that they still are the same Complexity that we knew from the autumn circuit and the summer circuit. And guess what? They're playing great so far. This is really a staple game for them.
Yeah, and Monsoon is also kind of like Alberelli, one of the more aggressive players, one of the more confident players. Yeah. And right there, I don't believe he actually had a shield battery. So that's why he used his portal. He went to go loot for himself and his team, which was actually very clutch because he had no armor left. And the zone will pull in. No one behind them. They got free angles. Yep, and look, a Horizon squad, like I said earlier.
Ooh, baby. We haven't seen a whole lot of Horizon. I think only 2 or 3 Horizons being played in the lobby. But just to back up that point I made, some statistics for y'all. Complexity did not qualify for online tournament number 1. They didn't even make it to the grand finals. And then in online tournament number 2, they got 18th place. So again, online tournament number 3, this is proving grounds for them. They got a team above them. 5 squads remain. They're in a good spot right here. Good loot overall. Very well healed, but the EMP is going to hit. The defensive bombardment is coming through. This is a crazy finish game. And leave it to Monsoon to hit 2 cracks. Going to connect for 3 here. He is actually going to get the pick on Bronzies. That's South State. That's the team that rotated all the way from Skyhook. And guess what? Monsoon is the kill leader. He's not done yet. Monsoon doing Monsoon things. He's going to turn and find the horizon. Not able to get the pick or the shots on the flying horizon with verticality, but Monsoon has just put in work, girl.
Monsoon needs to try and stay alive, but he couldn't find a place to stay alive. So Reptar and Shiny will have to clean this one out. One person left, and oh my God, Complexity is the champion of game 4.